Going live. Alright guys, welcome back to Game 2 here at the Bridon League Open Cup. I'm Ega, going to be joining me here is Mr. Black Adder. So, interesting game coming in from Vega versus X Game.
X Game.
Yeah, with X Game coming out on top. So we'll see if they can do anything against 5 and 3 team. I haven't really seen them before, so it's going to be exciting to see some newer faces to myself at least.
Yeah, I haven't seen 5 and 3. However, I know a few of these players who stand in for many a team. King R being the definition of stand-in lately.
Yeah, I remember seeing King R a lot.
I've got to say, I'm not too sure on the finalized lineup of 5 and 3, so I'm not sure how many of these players are actually stand-ins and how many are just bugged out in the Dota network.
Who knows? Who knows? I mean, maybe this is their team. Ooh, let's get the reveal out there. But yeah, so. Ban-wise, we see the Scarith and the Io combination getting taken out, and then the Axe Zeus. So, some pretty big support bans in the Scarith and the Io. Both had a pretty big effect last game from the Vega side. Unfortunately, Vega really didn't win, even with that combination. So, we'll see what they have this time out. They're gone. The Juggernaut gets a first pick up there for 5 and 3 team, though.
Not a surprise, really. We've been expecting the Juggernaut, but most importantly, we do get the Skywrath and the Io ban, which were the two supports Vegas used in the last game. Oh.
Yep. Legion Commander. That's a pretty ballsy pick to take first. Jeez. I mean, you could pick up stuff to counter that out, like not Skywrath, but you could pick up stuff like Abaddon again. You know, a Photic Shield doesn't, cleanse the challenge, but it will give a lot of survivability in that duel, and could end up getting a win tossed over to your team. So that's really risky getting Legion first, but pairing it with the Vengeful Spirit, some good damage to come out with that.
I'm honestly surprised the Vengeful Spirit wasn't banned out. The VS made it through, and the Zeus of all heroes got banned in its place. So who knows? It's a slight variety. And, it really does feel odd to me. How many years in Dota 1 and Dota 2 did Zeus get ignored to the last 2 months?
I don't know. I mean, Zeus, ever since they made the change to Thunderbolt being able to reveal wards and such, everybody's been kind of prioritizing him just a little bit more. The global reveal from the Thunder God's Wrath as well. There's the high burst potential he has. Maybe this is a compositional thing that Vega's trying to set up, taking away the Zeus. So we'll have to see. 5 and 3 team, though, they do take away the Troll, ban that one out, and they picked up the Shadow Demon. So the Shadow Demon here is another really interesting pick to counter out the Legion Commander. You just put them in the Disruption, and they pretty much just negate the duel the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, Disruption can do quite a bit of work. I think more important, though, for this one, the amplification the Juggernaut can just capitalize off of so quite nicely with the Omnislash. But still, second banning phase, Troll Warlord gets removed by 5 and 3, Viper by Vega.
Taking away some strong mids in the Zeus and the Viper. Maybe Razors to come out next, and they'll pick up a Queen of Pain. Who knows? The Brewmaster getting taken away too from the 5 and 3 team. Pretty smart ban out there, honestly. A lot of good initiation. Blink early on, as well as Clap, can just destroy the supports that 5 and 3 could look to pick up. And pairing with the Shadow Demon, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Jakiro or Mirana. Mirana Shadow Demon used to be pretty popular a couple patches ago, and I haven't seen it all too much as of late.
I could get behind the Mirana SD. Mirana SD works out quite nicely. However, I would quite like for 5 and 3 to pick up the Dazzle. Dazzle Shadow Demon is a very powerful combination. You drop Disruption, you create 2 illusions of the enemy. You heal the illusions. That's a heal bomb right there.
Yep. And if you could get something to block that through, get a Juggernaut with phase boots to cut them off just a little bit and make the perfect block, could be pretty dangerous. Tidehunter gets banned away, and taking away a strong offlaner, and they pick up the Magnus. Wow.
We're looking for quite a bit of teamfight control from Vega, and I can get behind this kind of draft. It's one of those drafts where you've got the big counter-initiation kind of style of Magnus with RP, but where's your response? You get the Lina now for 5 and 3, which does have a very good combination and synergy with the Shadow Demon, but is still one of those heroes where you think Lina, very squishy, high nuke, sure, but very, very easy to kill, especially when there's a Legion Commander and a VS on the table.
The other thing about that, though, is if someone's being dueled and she's outside of that duel, Laguna Blade into the fight just really kind of teeters it in the 5 and 3 team favor. As well as being able to just drop a LSA on top of them, just sell them up for a bit, get the Dragon Slave out there too. So,
yeah, but I'm going to ask you a quite easy, logical question here. What would you prefer, Lina or Lion?
Lion. Yeah, you're right. You're right with that. I don't know. Maybe this is their mid. I don't think this is going to be a support with the SD.
It could be. I've seen a Lina mid, I want to say 2 days ago when I was casting. It's like, I saw it in the draft, like, no, that's not mid. It was mid. It's doable. And it was actually a King R Lina, thinking about it.
Ooh,
yeah, this certainly is making a bit more sense. This
Throwing
is
you for a
going to
loop
be
now.
I hate when they do this. I like to go into a draft with, okay, this is logically what's going to be the right idea, and then they throw me a curveball. I hate unpredictability like that. It's nice and fun to watch, but personally, for me, it's like, oh God, what are they doing?
So, all right. This Lina adds a whole other element to the game too. Her extremely long range, the passive as well, makes pushing down towers pretty good. And Mask Commander Juggernaut and Alina with a couple spells, stacked up for the passive is pretty good. Vega Squadron do pick up the Witch Doctor though, and all right, this is some serious team fight. If the Witch Doctor does get the Aghanim Scepter out there early on, God, so much damage, like RP and duel.
RP, Death Ward, Duel. It's all manner of nasty right now for Vega's lineup. This is quite some sick damage potential, but there are ways around it, and we're looking for some kind of counter initiation on the lineup of 5 and 3. I mean, they can look to say disrupt or stun out the Witch Doctor with Lina or Shadow Demon, but I'm looking for a big ticket team fighter for 5 and 3. Enigma would work. Centaur does to an extent. Would prefer one with a bigger range stun, however, and we have our offlaner for 5 and 3. If Lina is our mid, Shadow Demon is going to be supporting the Jug. Could this be a last pick Enigma?
That's kind of what I have to say about that. I don't think the Enigma kind of fits in here, honestly. But we'll see. If Enigma is picked up, by all means, Black Hole into duel, and if Magnus blinks into the Black Hole and can't get his RP off, the only thing is there's so many things to stop a Black Hole right now. Swap, Cask,
yeah, true.
everything. Thinking of other supports, the Dazzle, still there, still ready and available. I wouldn't mind that.
No, nor would I, but
PA.
we get PA for Vega. This is a very greedy lineup from Vega Squadron, and I'm looking for some way to punish this from 5 and 3's last pickup. I mean, this could be all manner of nasty here for 5 and 3 if they're not careful.
So, Dazzle, Weave, hello. 5 and 3 team, please. Just pick up, respond to the Dazzle pick that is just lurking right there, ready to be played. The armor is so good against LC as well as PA, countering out the Vengeful Spirit when she throws on the wave. Setup with the disruption as well, get a good Shadow Wave out there. So, I mean, what else fits? What else is good at countering out all the physical here?
I like the idea of an Earthshaker.
An Earthshaker, okay.
Long range
But once they get
initiation,
BKBs, they just kind of run in, and Earthshaker's just like, I can't do anything.
True, I'll grant you that. I mean, the BKBs are going to be a big problem here for both teams, and we get an Ogre. Ogre does work for the combination with the Shadow Demon. This does mean it's a King R mid, yes. It's time for the Lina mid again. Oh boy, this is going to be aggressive. I remember the last time he played Lina mid, it was absolute bloodbath. He got an early Blink Dagger against quite a few melee heroes. I'm seeing quite a few melee heroes. And Lightstrike Array stunned 3 targets on most casts. It was nuts.
All right, so we'll follow him around for a bit. But first, introductions to you. If you don't know what 5 and 3 is, maybe you'll know them after this game. You got King R, the stand-in king, as he is playing the Lina. Plav playing your Ogre Magi. The first playing the Shadow Demon. KYKY on your Juggernaut. And then rounding off the offlane would be Maxua.
And on that actually might not be the right way of pronouncing that. I believe that's
I'm butchering the name probably.
Yeah, I believe it's Solik, so it's a bit more difficult. I'll get Coucher to confirm the name for me later. But on the flip side of the coin, for Vega, we once again have Pashu Bashu on the Legion Commander. Then down towards the mid lane, we're going to have the mid Magnus, played by no one. Then towards the jungle, we've got Undershock handling the Witch Doctor. And of course, Arzik playing the Vengeful Spirit in this case. Coming off the back of quite the interesting game of his IO, I've got to say this should be quite the show. And finally, of course, we do have Seema the Slayer playing the Phantom Assassin.
Yeah, so gonna see if we can get some big crits and make this an easy game, because it's gonna be kind of on his back, and he's got some good targets to jump onto. But disruption is always gonna be a big counter. We're gonna have potential for multicast as well to be there, and we do have the runes actually being split 1-1, and King R actually got the top one, so that's gonna make his mid lane all the better. Since he went for a null tally start too, so he's gonna be hitting quite hard with that range.
Yeah, I do like this build from King R, and I'm wondering how it's going to do up against no one here, because no one doesn't have a stout, he doesn't have much regen. This just screams punish the Magnus. I mean, you expect a leaner mid, and you'd think you'd pick up a stout shield at least, but he's going to try to go for the bottle rush, and he's going to get punished quite heavily for this.
But once he has the bottle, he's going to be committed to bottle crowing quite a bit, and I don't think that'll hurt his team too much. They should be okay without the courier for a little bit. So we'll have to see. Honestly, like you said, he's gonna get harassed a lot. Oh, Plav is going for the courier snipe too. This is a really good timing for that. So we'll have to keep
but it's an ogre. Ogre's not the easiest one to really get the courier snipe, is he?
No, he's not. So the courier.
Then again, he does have boots. He has boots. This is actually doable for him. If he didn't have boots, I'd say it'd be impossible.
Okay, he sees the courier. He'll charge down, trying to get this. Can they get the micro? The creep blocking him. Oh no.
This is the thing. If it was reversed and you say had King R doing the snipe, that would be a dead courier. If you had the ogre mid, I suppose it would be okay.
There we go.
But having a melee hero snipe the courier is always near impossible, since the courier movement speed is fairly high, even when it's walking.
Yeah, so kind of was playing with the epic spans overlay on there.
Apparently, you forgot to turn the overlay off.
I got it. 2-minute delay though. Bit annoying that people won't see that instantly, unfortunately, but we're good.
I suppose you make that mistake at some point when you're a caster.
Yeah, it's happened to me once or twice, but it's an easy fix. At least it's not like horrible lag or dropping frames.
I suppose. But we do get a double damage rune for the Vengeful Spirit, and we could look for some kind of kill with this. We are seeing that rotation towards that top lane. Oh, we could have some problems with the Centaur here. He does get caught out. The right click's starting to come through. Is it going to be enough to kill him off? One more right click, one dagger. It will be. Seema draws first blood.
Yeah, so well played by the Vega side there, using the damage as well as the amount of chance CC they can have together with the cask and the magic missile, and taking down the Centaur, who's not the tankiest right now this early into the game.
Yeah, I suppose. And I'm going to take a quick look at this mid lane again. I mean, the stats in this lane are going to be quite the telling thing. It's 13-2 currently up against 9-1. Sure, that's not much of a lead, but every CS and every bit of difference in this mid lane is the defining bit. And if no one doesn't get much here, this is going to be fairly punishing. I mean, King R, he really just wants an early Blink Dagger, and just the punishment that King R can throw out in terms of magical damage is pretty damn strong.
How do you feel about an early Yules? Oh, you got skewered back, actually.
King R could be in a bit of trouble. A couple of right clicks plus the tower strikes.
He's dead.
It might be enough to finish him off, and one last right click will get the kill. No one managing to turn this mid lane around, and a complete reversal to what I thought would happen.
Yeah, well played indeed. Oh, in the meantime, LC up top ends up dying up there too. That's the disruption combination with Ignite and Fire Blast to take him down, and a spin on top. So 1-for-1 trade globally, and gotta say, props to no one there, getting that skewer off. Not the easiest positioning to get into, especially when you're against someone with that much range.
Yeah, I'll grant you that one, but I am now wondering how much KYXY is going to really be able to get up against this Legion commander on the top lane, since Legion already has taken a death, which is going to be quite nice for the Juggernaut, but more importantly, what sits in my mind is, what is Bashu going to be able to recover with?
I mean, he needs to get his boots out, he needs to get the Blink Dagger. The Blink Dagger is going to be delayed a whole lot of time here, and he can't even really afford to trade. Like, the crits coming through are just way too strong. He tries to get the heal out to sustain through this, but he just gets chopped down, and they're going to chase him through. They're going to actually physically dive him here. And they get blocked by the tree, actually. He's in a really tough spot. And they get a defensive TP out coming through from Arzeek. And Magic Missile connects. Can they get the skill? There's no duel or anything like that, but gotta watch for the turn. This is pretty careful if they can get this. Plav. Gonna run back to the safety of the tower. Yeah, there was no way that he'd fully go for that.
No, the movement speed differential is just too high at this point, and KYXY will try to do a bit of damage as well, but will get overwhelming odds thrown at them. I suppose this is one of the benefits about an off-lane Legion. You can just punish with overwhelming odds so nicely. But bottom lane, big problems here for our Centaur. He does get stunned out. The cask bouncing around as well. Double bounce on him. It's going to be an easy kill here for Seema once more, and they'll bring down the Centaur.
Oh, he gets close. He was so lucky he had the Voodoo Restoration there to keep him alive. So that last tower shot actually would have been enough to kill him. But good job by Undershock. And again, you know, a mid lane kill coming in, but this time it was for the Lina. The Laguna Blade going off.
Yeah, this is the quite nice thing here for King R. Once he has that level 6, he has so much more damage potential and kill potential. Sure, it blows his entire mana pool, but easy kill potential here. Considering pure damage from a Laguna Blade when it's upgraded. Well, I don't know, it's magical at this point.
Yeah.
Magical damage right now, 450 nuke. Take off 25%, it still hits like a bloody truck. It's about, what, 312 damage, mathematically? In that vicinity.
Somewhere in there. We do have a smoke coming in for him, though. Actually, yeah, okay. He swaps out his wand for it, so he's trying to get some really early pressure out here. And with Seema pushing down the tier 1 tower already down bot, this is a prime target to go for. And Stampede isn't up yet, though, unfortunately, but they're going to set up for it. Pings are coming through.
Pings are coming through, and the thing is, he's going to have to tank up the creep wave a bit. And I suppose for the Centaur, his main import here really is to get an early Blink Dagger, and he's just not having a fun time.
No, he is. This is probably one of the most underfarmed Centaurs I've seen in a little while in competitive Dota. So he's trying to catch up from what he can. And he's a long ways away from his Tranquils as well as his Blink, like we keep saying. Only at 8 creeps. But the same thing could be said for, you know, the Legion Commander, who's doing a little bit better. She's faring just a wee bit better, just as she went for a bottle.
Yeah, I suppose, I can grant you that, but going for the bottle on Legion Commander instead of, say, going for the early treads and then just looking to duel, is the bottle really that necessary? I mean, the biggest mana cost spell she's got is press the attack.
I mean, the only reason she would go for that was for a little bit of rune control, and even then, you know, you have to go up against supports that are up top in the tri lane. I guess she wouldn't really need it, but this is kind of feeling like, you know, if she gets some extra runes, then it's just a leisurely bonus. She can't really bottle curry either, because, you know, that's going to be focusing on mid and such, but who knows? Who knows what's going through here? What's on the courier right now? We do have the makings of an Aquila, actually, for the PA.
Aquila for the PA, I suppose, is going to help her out. I mean, I'd prefer some components towards a drum, personally, on PA. Aquila, however cheap, it's all well and good. I don't know. I just value drum a lot higher than Aquila on the priority list for a PA. You can just go drum, BKB, and start to fight. Or if you really want to farm, you can just go cleaver. But King R, he's lurking. He wants to try to get the kill onto Seema here, but this is not going to be an easy one.
No, and there's also going to be a Vengeful looking for the flank and the behind. So King R maybe going to position himself, but he's actually sitting on top of a ward, so they know all full and well that this is happening. And Undershock's going to look to come in with a cask, too. So King R, the first one to show himself, cask comes in, but he just blows up the Witch Doctor, as well as Magic Missile on top of this. Can they get the right clicks out there from Seema? He needs one more dagger for this kill. The bottle charge is going to keep King R alive. He turns around with the Dragon Slave and turning around with all these attacks, and he does get it off. And Arzeek, in the meantime, does pick off that one kill. He may trade his life for this one. Yeah, with all the creeps coming in, too. He's dead.
3 for 2 in favor of 5 and 3. And, well, hell, 3 for 1 in favor of 5 and 3. It's quite the turnaround there. And this is the power of his Lina. He plays so aggressively on this hero.
I gotta give him props for that. Like, not many other mid laners would be playing that aggressively, but he knew the situation and read it perfectly, I have to say. Blowing up the Witch Doctor first, and then just kind of turning his attention towards Seema, seeing as to how the Vengeful Spirit didn't have a stun up. So, my hat's off to him. Well played.
I suppose.
Is he gonna go for the Blink, or do you think he's gonna get the Yules, you know, to set up LSA a little bit easier.
It'll be Blink for King R. He normally plays a very aggressive style, and just getting the positioning with a Blink Dagger lets him also blink forward to nuke if he needs to. The last time I saw him play, I believe it was Blink Dagger and then components for a Sheep, actually.
Okay. That would be very, very aggressive. So, let's see. We got an Invis Rune for Undershock. They should know he's coming towards the general mid area there. And Plav has been kind of lurking around there just a bit, soaking up some XP, trying to get level 6. And did go for a Fire Blast Max there. So looking for the raw damage instead of, the slows prioritized out there from the Ignite. And, up top on the last of the denies, we do have KY on the Juggernaut with the Mask of Madness completed and some serious pressure on this tier 1 tower already, almost taking it out.
Yeah, if this pressure from the Juggernaut is exactly what was necessary, though. He's level 7, he does have the Omni Slash ready to go, and that Mask of Madness already finished. So we are potentially looking for a good Omni Slash, but there is some support nearby. Undershock, he's around and can certainly do some good work. Same for our Zeke, and our Zeke does have his Nether Swap, so that's the most important thing there.
Yep. He's just got to be careful with that swap. Like, if he puts him into a good position for a Omni Slash, then it's kind of all over for them. There was a Smoke 3-man gank looking to go towards bottom to Seema. They're actually pinging out. I believe they know that no one's over here. Oh, can they get this in range? No, he's just a little too fast there with the Arcane Boots.
Yeah, it's one of the nicer things about the Magnus. Even with Arcanes, he does have pretty decent movement speed, and we'll be able to get the hell out of that one. But, of course, they do have to now respect Bashu amongst all heroes of the Vega lineup. In comes the Blink, skewer back, King R in a lot of trouble, the Jewel as well. That was a complete obliteration of King R, and that's what they need to do in every single fight from this point on.
Yeah, that was a quick skewer into the duel. Easy 10 damage, man, for the LC there. And good first use of that. Showing the Blink Dagger out there, getting the first duel. KY trying to get this tower as quick as possible, getting it RP'd, and he does not have a TP, so he is going to end up falling.
But still, that's a Juggernaut for a tier 1. Tier 1 is worth a lot more, and he did disconnect there, which is unfortunate, so hopefully that won't have played a role in his death.
They killed him so hard, they blew up his internet.
I can think of a few funny stories about internet going down in a few games I've played, but they're too long for a short pause.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have had that struggle of the internet going out at a crucial time. But all right, treading the tower for the Juggernaut kill. You were saying a bit of a bigger win, I guess you say, for Vega. Although a lot of people coming in splits it up just a bit, and they did commit first RP and Death Ward. Oh, you were saying
it was favourable to 5 and 3,
okay.
Considering how much gold you get for killing a Juggernaut. About what, 200-300? 272 there for KY. So flip that on to the cost of, say, the tower. The tower's worth a lot more gold, full stop. It's much more favourable for him to throw his life away, get the tower.
All right, I misheard you then. But with these TP's up too, that could free up some time for the tier 1 down bot to get a little bit of damage onto it. And the Centaur as well has been left to his own accord for a bit. He's already level 7. He's got the Stampede ready and available, and I mean he's recovered pretty nicely. He's very close to his Blink Dagger, about 700 more gold for that. Yeah,
once we have that Blink Dagger online for our Centaur here, I'm not going to try to pronounce his name, I'm going to butcher it. Once we get the Blink Dagger up for our Centaur, we're going to be looking just for more fights, more aggression, and I think most importantly, stomping Seema into the floor.
That'll be a big thing. A little bit of payback for the early harass he took in that lane. But up top, we got Bashu as well as Undershock pushing down this tier 1. They're not going to be that fast with it. And there also are defensive TPs coming in, as well as King, RR, getting the Stampede, looking for the chase here on a Bashu. Can they get this kill? Lightstrike Array actually going out to the Magnetar Illusion. The Omni Slash comes in, does a great deal of damage. Laguna Blade from King RR does finish him off.
Yeah, the Laguna Blade just is the perfect either tool to start or finish a fight, and in this case, it just gets them the kill on the most important target at the point. They bring down the Legion. I suppose the only target worth more would be the Phantom Assassin, who I believe is having a bit of a scuffle with our Centaur here, so a Stomp could get him away, I suppose, but 2 seconds until another dagger comes up for that Phantom Assassin.
Okay, so what he needs to do is Stomp and TP out right away. So he's mid animation of the Stomp too, and Stomp TP should be his just guaranteed safety out of there. It is a 2-second stun right now, 2.25, so he should be okay.
Yeah, I'll agree to that. And just to, while we've got the pause, switch over to the chat for a second. Siletric, what you were saying about the crit build for Jug, it was more some of the math that's come out recently, plus the changes to the Omni Slash. It just gives you such a good early game presence. You'll either see the 1-1-4-1 or the 1-1-1-1 with extra points into stats. They are much more common these days than the spin.
I'm a very big fan of the 1-1-1 stats build. I really like that build a lot. And, switching between points and in the ward as well as the blade dance is very good. But
yeah, I'll
prioritization of the blade dance is more common.
Yeah, I'll agree to that one. Blade dance is very, very powerful for a Juggernaut at this point in time. I mean, it's a guaranteed 200% crit damage on an increasing critical chance. I mean, for 1 point, it's a 20% crit chance. That's huge. That's basically a Crystallis. Hell, better than a Crystallis.
Better, much better. So, I mean, this is why he's come into the light as of late, and just so good. I'm expecting the Manta to be coming, not the Manta, but the Yash should be coming out soon on him right now. He's at 800 gold, 1200 more till that's done, and I mean, the world's his oyster right now. He's farming up a storm, keeping up with the mid mag too. So, doing a very, very, very good job in his respective tri lane, even with the supports roaming.
Yeah, that's one good thing to keep in mind. No blink disjoint from no one. Not going to be any ignites here coming out of Plov. And well, I'm trying to keep an eye on, most importantly, this PA of Seema. Considering I want to see what items he's going to go for. He's got 1200 in the bank, no sign of a drum. And we're seeing a 3-man rotation towards this bottom lane with an invisible undershot.
They saw him get that.
They saw him get that, but can they really do anything about this potential fight as we get a Roshan attempt by KYKY
so sneaky.
And a Blink Dagger for the Centaur, but he's going to have to hobble back on no health since he's double-edged.
Gonna get stunned. Death Ward right in his face too. They get the Stampede to get him out of there. A nice Light Strike Array, 2 on an Undershock. Well played by King R, man.
King R's Lena is completely legit. It's scary as all hell. I've seen him go, what was it? I think it was like at 12, 1-1 in a 19-minute game. It was nuts. But we do get the rotations to try to bring down this Roshan. KYKY almost dead, but in comes the help finally. And this is going to be a good amount of experience burst. However, well, they're going to catch out the Witch Doctor on the backlines. Does get caught. Laguna there as well. Evaporate the Witch Doctor.
Jeez. So that's so scary. Laguna Blade, after you get disrupted, you're just dead. If you're a support, that is. Excuse me. But
yeah, you get caught by Soul Catcher, you are dead to Lena.
Yeah, that's crazy. So deadly.
Not so much crazy, I'd say it's to be expected. They didn't pick the tankiest supports on the Vega lineup. I mean, Witch Doctor, super squishy, same for VS. Hell, in a fight, if a VS throws her life away, she's pretty much accomplished what she needs to do.
Mm-hmm. It is going to be duels for King R.
Yeah. If they'd have gone for tankiest supports when they saw the Shadow Demon pick up, maybe Support Alchemist still does exist to an extent, or Jakiro, then maybe not. But these two, they will die. It's just a must. They will die.
All right. So, I mean, they get the first Roshan, they pick up the Aegis, put her onto the Jug, and now they can just keep pushing like crazy. I mean, KYKY doesn't really need to worry about his life all that much. He's getting Ayasha coming to him fairly soon once the courier hits the base again. And we're at that point, again, where, Vega have to decide what they want to do. They're kind of sitting towards mid right now. They haven't really responded to King R the way I thought they would. I thought they would be camping him out with supports all the time in mid lane, but, they kind of just stuck to trying to get Seema fed, and he's currently third on net worth, which isn't the worst, but it's not as farmed as you'd think he would be with taking the first tower of the game as well as first blood.
Yeah, I'm agreed on that one. You generally expect more farm on that, but I will have to say that I made a mistake in predicting King R's item build. He has gone for the Yules first in this case, and from there he'll probably go for the Blink. But bottom tower will fall, and I think we may just see further push coming from 5 and 3. There's nothing to stop them right now.
Yeah, nobody from the Vega side really wants to fight right now. They're getting a big stack here, though. Jeez. Sema's got to be careful. They're committing everybody to this right now. It's kind of a bit of a group gathering just for a little bit to get some nice family XP.
There's a good amount of experience as well. This is going to cause quite the spike on the graphs, both gold and experience. And it does give Seema almost his full BKB, which is going to be critical up against this lineup of 5 and 3.
Yes. He's only got a Ring of Aquila, though. No battle fear or anything like that. Just going straight for the magic resist. Ooh, swap it on King R. They put him back as well. But the Omni Slash coming into ours, and they do pick up that kill. So it's a 1-for-1 exchange. Trading the Lina, though, for the VS, and that's definitely what Vega want.
Yeah, I can
Blink Duel.
certainly agree with that.
Going out the Plav, and all right, Deathward committed. So PA gets the last hit, and that's a winner for the LC with 20 extra damage now.
20 extra damage is all well and good, and this kind of lead they really need to invest more in. I mean, Bashu, if he can get more and more kills with this duel, that's absolutely golden. He needs more, however. It's a must. He does need more kills with the duel. Otherwise, he's going to be fighting into, say, the Juggernaut, and that's... You don't want to fight into a Juggernaut when you're underfarmed in terms of damage. And if we look at KYKY, he's going for that Manta. He's already got 2,000 gold again. He's just getting so much gold. Hell, let's check the net worth quickly. You've got 8,300 net worth on the Juggernaut for himself only, and then you consider the team net worth. Vega has the lead. So it's all really on KYKY to hold 5 and 3 through this for now.
And that's something he can definitely do. I mean, I've seen Juggernaut solo carry games. Like, one that comes to mind would be Miracle from the Southeast Asian scene. He's a very avid Juggernaut player, so...
Miracle... Juggernaut isn't the hero that I think of initially with him, as now we get the skewer back, but
Nice
all
Yules.
Yules into the air, going to protect KYKY. They still have that... the Aegis, of course, but here we go. BKB come out from Seema trying to buy some time. Aegis forced here by the overwhelming odds. You got the Legion Commander rotating in as well, but mass stomps come in from the center, and that's just going to evaporate 2 heroes. Legion Commander and the VS will fall, but now we get more. Looking for Seema. He'll get brought down by a double edge. They lose the PA, and now they're going to lose no one as well. Stomp is there, but he does manage to force up to the high ground. Yules to hold him. They're just throwing everything to lock down and control, and this is perfectly done. Lockdown, control, and kill is the order of business for 5 and 3 as they help themselves to this tier 1 in the mid lane.
Yeah, they could pressure a tier 2 now. 40 seconds on the mag, no RP. There is duel available, and there's a decent wave, I guess, up top to go farm for KYKY. But well played by 5 and 3. That Yules to stop the skewer back onto KYKY was well played by King R, and they also stopped the LC. They killed off Seema, who they just kind of kited him away with his BKB. He was focusing down onto KYKY, who had the Aegis. So just kind of wasted efforts. And he picked up a Blink Dagger. Wow.
Yeah. Sorry, I was expecting a full Manta. Blink Dagger Juggernaut does give you some capability for shenanigans. And
hey, with the nerf to the Omni Slash range, now you blink in, easy peasy.
Yeah, but you can actually blink during Omni Slash as well if you want to keep the jumps going.
Never seen that.
Yeah, when they changed the ability to use items during Omni Slash, you can actually focus one target. Let's say you want to go to another guy, you can blink, and you'll continue the Omni Slash at the new position. And we do have, I believe, what will be a Diffusal Blade coming out for him next.
Yeah, last game we saw the Juggernaut with the Diffusal as well, so we'll see one for KYKY this game.
Well, KYK we're going for the Diff Blade. That's going to be very nice in dealing with the Empower, I think. Purging off the Empower from Seema is going to be a big thing in these fights. It takes away a lot of the damage of the PA.
Yeah. Is it currently maxed out, I believe? No, it's 1 more point for being maxed out. And then once you get that extra cleave, and it's just dirty. So dirty. Oh, LC getting soloed out, and that was the Laguna Blade combination from King R. He's ready to solo anybody. And once he has the Ags too, and the Laguna Blade becomes pure damage, ugh.
Yeah, when the Laguna Blade becomes pure, this is going to cause so many problems. And of course, BKB cannot save you from a Ags Lina.
Nope. Goes right through.
And again, no Blink Dagger on King R. I make another mistake. King R normally plays incredibly aggressive. Blink Dagger just being in the face of the enemy. It's a mass difference from his normal build.
Oh boy. So, I mean, being able to just Laguna Blade through BKB is a very scary situation. You can't blur, Laguna Blade. It just becomes more and more dangerous. They're trying to farm up from the Vega side, though. I mean, they keep empowering Seema. They keep having him farm up the jungle. They're kind of bodyguarding him right now. But there's just that feeling that the PA will eventually just be like, all right, I'm going to blink in, I'm going to pop my BKB, and then King R's going to be like, oh, Laguna Blade, and then she's like, oh, I have to get out. So they really need to try to, I guess, get King R first. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, they really need to bring down King R first. I mean, he just brings so much control now and so much nuke to the table. It's like, you deal with King R, then you still need to deal with the Juggernaut, though. The Juggernaut is still a problem. But they're going to find themselves an Ogre Magi. Easy duel, easy win there for Pasha Bashu.
Jeez, yeah. So nice pick off there. 29 victories, I believe, for Bashu. So he's getting some stats on the Arcana right now, too. All right, but now they got to be mindful of the flank here that's possibly coming in from the 5 and 3 side. They're going to look to 4v3 this. Oh.
Blink in from the Centaur, does catch the double stomp. Now you've got KYKY trying to get in. Omni-Slash does get committed. They're going to bring down Pashu Bashu. Double kill for KYKY. And now he's trying to bring down our Zeke. But in the meantime, backlines of this fight, you've got the Magnus as well as Seema just chewing apart the Centaur at the minute, but does get double-edged turnaround, some damage, and it's triple kill for KYKY as he just chases down everyone that moves. Hell, the PA is going to have to get out of dodge, and the VS, well, he doesn't really want to hang around either.
No. So, I mean, in the end, that's a 3-for-3 trade, counting the Ogre from the previous engagement, and relatively even, but, Juggernaut and PA both not dying that exchange, so I gotta say, I'd say it was even across the board. Keeping both the PA and the Jug alive in that exchange really just makes it still scary for both teams, because the Juggernaut's able to just keep omniing around. Seema BKB'd into that fight and just tore apart the two people who got RP'd, which was King R and KYKY.
Well, that's the threat of an empowered PA. Just free cleave. You don't really need to buy the Battle Fury when you got a Magnus around. And it helped him get that early BKB. He's gone for the Dominator, so that's going to be a Satanic later on in this game. I would very much like to see a MKB or a Butterfly from PA next. I mean, MKB, I think, might be the wiser choice, because then it'll deter the idea of any form of evasion from KYKY, for example, but
it doesn't feel like KYKY is getting anywhere near evasion right now. I mean, he can go for Manta then Basher if he really wants to, but again, Blur, MKB is needed. So,
yeah. We do have other options, though. KYKY did complete that full Aghanim Scepter. Now he's got that Yasha, could build towards that Manta. Of course, if he throws all the jumps onto the PA will die.
Yes.
But Roshan will be up in just about 20 seconds, so that could be the next order of business for either of these teams.
Yeah, and already jockeying for that positioning is 5 and 3, so getting some sentries out, clearing out the area, and getting the Radiant camps of the jungle. And I mean, all 5 are currently grouped up from Vega as they want to get this tier 1 push and use no one's RP. He's smoked up, ready to go and ready to fight, but this might be a top tier 1 trade, as they do have the courier scouting out the Roshan too for when it spawns. The tier 2 down bot is going to be pushed up and going to get fortified, but this should be going down. They melted so fast.
It's one of the benefits of these lineups. They can melt towers, and it's going to be a tier 1 for a tier 2.
Definitely in the Vega favor. As soon as they get this Roshan, they can even afford to lose the tier 2 up top and not really be that worried.
Yeah, I mean, a tier 2 for a top tier 2, considering it's not got as much game impact as, say, the bottom tier 2 on the dire side. For a Roshan, that sounds about fair to me.
Yep, still, they're going to be content with this. I believe they have TPs too if they really want to go hold that, but it's going to be too late. But this Roshan melting very quickly, and that's going to be a swift Aegis over to KYKY.
That's going to certainly help him out in this next fight, but now we need to see some defense or some punishment on the Vega lineup. They did just get 2 free towers. That's quite the bit of gold being thrown to the Vega lineup. They can get quite a good bit for that gold as well, considering we've got the full Basher coming up for that PA near enough.
Just blinks forward, and he actually spins the missile. Well played by that. Nice mechanics by KYKY. Coming in, he tries to swap himself to safety, but can't do it. KYKY just standing right on top of him, and that's the mega kill streak for him. And I mean, with this Aegis, do they try to break high ground?
With the Aegis, yeah, I think they can.
And the Ags from King R.
Yeah, this is high ground time. They're going to blow up that PA if he even comes forward. They've got more than enough ways to deal with him right now. And how can Vega really respond? They need to be here. They need to stop this. We got the TPs back. Both of them are here. both the Legion Commander and the PA ready to go, but where is the fight going to come from, I wonder? What's going to start this up? Skewer on to KYKY, but he does have
Stampede.
that Aegis, remember. Stampede comes forward. It's going to catch on 2, but the Omni Slash just going to town. Double kill for KYKY. Easy finisher there, near enough.
blinking forward.
Jules blinking forward, just looking for whatever he can, but swap into the Fountain's going to force the Aegis. It's only the Aegis, however. But we do have a Jewel ready for this Juggernaut. He's stuck in the Fountain with a Jewel. Disruption's going to buy some time, but he might still fall if he's not careful. One more right click. Yes, will get it, and down goes the Juggernaut. But while all that is going on, buyback by the VS, and they're losing their bottom set of racks. Slowly but surely they are losing their racks. In comes Pashu Bashu. Does have backup of our Zeke.
Whoa.
Stomp comes through though, and now comes the turnaround damage. You cannot stand versus King R and the rest of 5 and 3 like that. The disruption does catch our Zeke, and he'll go down as well. That's a full 5-man wipe for a second time.
A 6-man wipe, technically.
6-man wipe, 7-man wipe, whatever man wipe. It's going to be racks.
Yep.
Aghanims as well for Plov. That's a full set of racks bot lane. This is going to be very hard for Vega to fight back into.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that. That'd be a big miracle if they could fight back into this end or try to push back. But Blink Dagger for King R finally, like you've been saying. And damn, what a game. What a hell of a game from King R as well as from KYKY. I gotta say they've been playing phenomenally right now. And 5 and 3, if you don't know their name, you gotta keep them in your book, jot them down. They are a team to be looked out for. Definitely playing this game very well.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. You should keep your eye on these guys. These guys have some promise. But part of me wonders now, what is the order of business for Vega? They do have late game potential, big late game potential from that PA as well as the Legion Commander. So,
But you know,
what
PA,
is the order of business?
Once an MKB comes out, like they'll be able to focus her down. They don't really even need the MKB right now because of the pure damage coming in from King R. So.
True. It's very rare I'll turn around and say this might be a game where they don't need an MKB versus a PA, but you are right. Pure damage is there. They have enough magical burst to bring her down, regardless of the BKB. It is quite the hard one to call.
950 pure damage, man. It's nothing to scoff at. That'll put the PA to like 500. Oh boy.
And the Omni Slash can deal with the rest, but
Yep.
It seems tier 2 mid might be the order of business with Vega. Can they really afford to force a tower, though, versus a full 5 alive man lineup of 5 and 3?
It's risky. Very risky. Need to be a duel on a King R. Bashu is going to be the key person to watch for this, if they even keep pushing. So, we'll see.
Funny thing, though, to point out while we've got a smoke coming out of 5 and 3, look at their map vision. Look how many wards they have in the enemy jungle as in comes the wraparound. This could be some shenanigans about to happen here. They're going to try to focus possibly our Zeke, the first one they find. But
And Blink, stomp.
there we
He's
go.
dead.
Stomp. Yeah, there's no way he's going to survive that, or is he? 4 stuff does come through. RP catches King R as well as the first. This is going to be some good damage, but in comes the Juggernaut doing some damage across the board. Plov will go down. It's a triple kill for Seema. He cleaves everyone.
Whoa.
Hell, that's a full 5-man wipe off the back of the RP. What just happened? What in Divinity's Edge just happened?
So I don't know how King R ended up having the Shadow Demon with him in that RP, but I guess he inched forward and got sucked in at the end. And all right, I'm actually just mind blown as to how that fight just went completely wrong. They got a duel off on the Ogre as well. They got him power off onto the PA, but that fight didn't look like it was going to be that bad for 5 and 3, but it was. That's going to be mid-racks going down and possibly top.
It could be, certainly. It's 11 seconds before we've got 3 men up for 5 and 3 that could possibly fight this, but they still have to deal with the full possible combination of duel. You've got swap, you don't have a Death Ward, however. Death Ward with Aghanims, I'll point out, but Undershock's going to TP back, trying to defend this one, and it's 2 full sets of racks. What a reversal of fortune here for Vega.
I'm scared to look at the graph right now. Let's see. Yep, it's just a straight spike up for Vega. That was about a 8,000 exchange plus. Almost 10k actually in terms of gold. And then
I believe the technical term is called mountain climbing for that graph.
Yes. Oh, jeez. And XP was about 8,000 too, but damn, well played to Vega. I was giving so much praise to 5 and 3, and never count on Vega either. Very, very good lineup themselves, but
it's not over till the ancient falls.
It's not indeed. I mean, now there's that abyssal for Seema, so gonna have the guaranteed stun. And Bash is on hit too.
Mm.
Very scary, very scary, very very scary now for 5 and 3.
Yeah, 5 and 3. They can certainly take the next fight. If they can get a pick off, that would be better though. And we do have a 3-man rotation, including Seema with all of his cleave damage heading towards that Juggernaut. Oh, RP!
God.
They knew exactly where he was. How did they know? I'm not actually sure on that one.
Miscommunication. Miscommunication.
KY should be safe in this one, and we do get another fight breaking out. The magic missile goes on to King R. Yuleshav is going to throw him into the air. Can they bring him down? No, they can't. And Seema just shreds the Lina. Now looking for the first.
Crit.
Can they get him? Yes, they can. Not even a crit necessary. And well, 2 easy kills again, going the way of Vega, and this could be the throne.
I mean, I would at least let the creeps push up, just swing down bot and get megas. The Juggernaut and the Centaur are still alive. Try to go for the easier objective instead of the throne, but who knows? What do I know? Let's see. Yeah, destroy the effigies, shut down the morale. Death to the effigies, indeed.
It's going to be the throne attempt here. If they can bring down the tier 4s, get the throne, this will be perfect. But of course, 20 seconds until that Shadow Demon's up, and we need to see some form of defense, some form of way to hold this for 5 and 3. They're losing their tier 4s, and they're going to lose their base too quickly. The Lina's not going to be up in time. Do they have a fortification? No, they don't. The damage is just too high. They need to commit. Stomp on 2. Going to buy some time, but Jewel goes on to the Centaur. In comes the Magnus, though, trying to buy what time he can. The Omni Slash going around, but there's some Ghost Scepters up. Seema will eventually take the Death Ward with the Aghanims. Just choose through the entire lineup of 5 and 3. The Ancient still stands for now, but without the PA, they're forced to back up.
Yeah, so, I mean, good hold with 5 and 3. Although they did have to sacrifice the Juggernaut, they're going to find a Laguna Blade there onto the Vengeful Spirit, looking for a kill possibly here onto the Witch Doctor, the Voodoo Restoration, keeping him alive for just a bit, as well as they don't look to be chasing him. King R, he's very fast on this Lina right now, not going to go for it fully. Nope. All right, decides
doesn't realize it in time, and I suppose this is the turnaround again. They get a last reprieve here on 5 and 3's lineup. They need something for their time, though. They need the Juggernaut more than anything alive. And hell, they're going to have to keep at least one person in the base the entire time to hold their throne.
As much as I respect the decision to go for the tier 4s, I would have preferred going for megas, honestly. But they open up the throne at least. I mean, they did a significant amount of damage to it. It's not going to regen up anytime soon. What do we got? Blink Daggers coming in for the Witch Doctor. There's a Refresher Orb now for no one. So double RP. And good positioning for Undershock with the Death Ward, so lots of things to watch out for.
Blink Aghanim's Death Ward. I don't think anything says true nightmare other than that.
Yeah, that's a fat doctor.
Yeah, that's the best way to... But I suppose for the lineup of 5 and 3, how do they take this next fight other than very carefully?
Double RP just cinches it all, honestly. If he like just RP refreshes RP nothing, then they can probably win the fight. But he's going to be finding at least one person. There's no way he's not. So they're just going to go for megas. Go for the simpler plan in the bot lane. Seeing as to how the supers have been pushing down there, they'll let their supers now do their job and just make this an easy push, especially with the cleave, man. Look at this power damage for Seema.
This is absolutely nuts, the lineup from Vega, when you consider it in the long run. The Vengeful Spirit Aura, the Empower onto an LC and a PA. Buildings will melt. Heroes will get crit. This is not even funny, man.
Nope.
Stampede comes in. Oh, are they going to commit to this one? Blink forward by KYKY. But Jewel is there. That's going to stop the aggression entirely. They're going to lose the Juggernaut. Aghanim's Death Ward chews through everyone. The LC will win the duel, but they'll lose the Centaur as well to the Magnus and Undershock combination. King R comes in, gets one final reprieve, kills off the Magnus, but buyback by the Lina. GG, is this? No, not quite. They're still going to hold it. They're going to try. No one tricking me for a second there as a blink forward from Seema, looking to try to bring down King R. Not the easiest thing to do, however. He does have that movement speed advantage, and there's a swap aggressively to blink forward and try to get the stun onto King R, but it does not matter. Bashes from Seema, trying to finish off this Lina, and will successfully do so. It's going to be time for the throne, and GG is called. What a comeback from Vega.
Yeah, well played indeed. So that means Vega's going to be currently 2-0, I believe, in Group C. So good to them. 5 and 3, great effort, honestly. Like, they were in a great position at the beginning to mid stage at this point in this game, but as soon as the RP started connecting, as soon as the duels were hitting primary targets, that's when Vega really hit their stride. So we're going to go to a quick break. I believe the stream is going to actually be going down as we have a bit of a break till the next matches come up. I do not have them in front of me, unfortunately. So you guys can stay tuned for that. The Bridon League, presented by HeflaTV, as well as if you enjoy the cast, by all means, hit up at Mr. Dark Adder, as well as...
Oh, god damn it, man.
I'm so bad at this. Black Adder, Dark Adder, same thing, man.
No.
I am so bad at names. I can't even remember my own name. It's okay.
Not surprised.
So yeah, that's it for the stream for now. Thanks for watching, guys. Support HeflaTV, follow them there, subscribe, all that stuff. And yeah, keeps tuning in for the Bridon Cup. So see you guys next time.